Bitcoin is getting rejected from a key level that we need to break through to see continuing upward pricing for Bitcoin. If you want to know which level that exactly is and what my game plan is in this situation with my new trade, then make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, like this video, and activate the bell so that you will never miss out on these really important updates. And now let me show you what I have found. I want to start off today with the 1 hourly chart, which is actually showing us the point of our rejection here right now. And this rejection is coming from this big resistance area that I was pointing out yesterday here, from $64,444 to $65,200 approximately. You see, we went here up, got rejected, and now are trading below that area again. We got a retest of that area, and this is actually confirmation of this rejection. It happened early this morning. Afterwards, we saw Bitcoin declining here into lower prices here once again. Do I believe that we are going here much lower? Not really. There is one case that would point to a scenario that we actually move a little bit lower, but I give that a really, really slim chance to actually playing out. And I'm going to show you here why I believe that is. Here on the weekly chart, another confluence why we were rejected and moved to the downside is here this downward sloping resistance line, which is a multi-week downwards trend line here right now. And this is, of course, massive resistance for Bitcoin, and I was expecting that we are struggling here a little bit, but not that we are getting rejected in that manner. It's only Wednesday, so we are only halfway through the week. Still, a lot of things can change here over the next coming days, and I definitely expect Bitcoin to be trading above that line by the end of the week before we get actually the weekly close. If we don't, then I would like to see that we at least hold the $62,400 level. If we step into this support area here just a little bit, you know, like 61,800, something like this, is still fine. You know, what we don't want to see is Bitcoin losing this major support area here and losing the $60,000 level, because that would tell us that the trend is still not back to the upside, and then we should get ready for some retests of lower price levels and potentially start trading in this range below us here from $52,000 to $60,000. That would be then the range. So that is something that we don't want to see. Factors that are speaking against a scenario like this is, first of all, the massive buying power that came in from the bull side when we came down here to the 20 moving average and got immediately a massive buy back here to the upside. So here whales were bidding this like crazy and brought us back up to $62,000. That is one reason why I don't believe that we are going to see another test of that level. And the other one is that bears are running out of time here, because by the end of the week, we definitely going to get here our buy signal on the stochastic RSI. And then momentum will definitely shift back to the upside because all the like high frequency algos and institutional algorithms out there that are also trading all these bots, they're picking up stuff like that and trading accordingly. So, and yeah, they're placing orders like every millisecond, I guess. Once they're picking this up, you know, so this confirmation of that buy signal here, they're gonna place their orders in that manner. So that should definitely trigger a nice move to the upside. Now here on the daily chart, things looking a little bit different. So first of all, this downwards trend line within our bull flag is getting retested right now. So we did not lose it yet. And we're testing the upper end of the support and resistance flip area at $62,300. So as long as both is holding the downward sloping support line and the support and resistance flip level, I'm not really worried about that. So technically guys, we could come all the way down to the bottom of the flag and get a massive bounce from there to the upside. But again, do I believe that we are going that low? I don't yeah, I just don't, you know, so just doesn't make sense for me right now. Now, when we go into lower time frames, here we need really, really quick Bitcoin bulls stepping in to reclaim the EMA ribbon, like in the next 9 hours-ish, you know, so with that candle close coming up. Why do I say 9 hours? Because if we don't, then in the next 9 to 12 hours, the EMA ribbon, the upper string of the EMA ribbon will start moving into the ribbon again and potentially try to flip back into a downtrend position. So, and that's what we don't want to see. You know, we don't want that this here becomes swing failure pattern, the same basically what we saw down here, because that was a swing failure pattern. We don't want to see something like this here to the upside, you know, so where this is basically deviation to the upside, this was a deviation to the downside, and the real trading range is then like kind of here in this area, you know, so we don't want to see that prices are coming back down here to like $60,000 and bounce between 60,000 and 64 for a while, you know. So for that reason, we need to reclaim the EMA ribbon and see some follow through here. At least a retest of $64,400 would be something that I would look forward to. And then maybe some sideways movement until we break that level convincingly to the upside, which would still give merit to a potential inverse head and shoulders pattern here, you know, with a break of that neckline at $64,400. Here on the 1 hourly chart, we can see that Bitcoin is trading for the moment in a falling wedge pattern that we have created with this downwards movement. So we are bouncing here nicely up and down within that falling wedge pattern. If this pattern is playing out, again, there's a 70% chance that this is breaking to the upside, then to the downside. Then we should see here in the next 3 hours a breakout. My entry level, if I would play this, would be here at $62,700 approximately. Just wait for a 1 hourly candle to be above that level to enter. Something else that I want to point out here is also that we are forming here a W pattern. The neckline is at $62,900. So if you want to play it super, super safe, that would be your entry level if you want to play it like super safe. But I'm fine if we reclaim $62,700. And then the first take profit point would be the next major resistance level, $64,400. There I would take off 30% of my position and raise my stop loss to the entry level, so I cannot lose anymore in any case. And then the final take profit would be still around the $72,000 area. I'm going to show you in a moment why I would use that specific level. And now here on this 4 hourly chart, we need to be aware of that below us is now also an imbalance. That imbalance is in this candle here from $61,400 to $59,500 approximately. So you count this. Let me explain. If you have an imbalance, how do you actually identify that? So you want to look for an impulsive move to the upside, and an impulsive move can be seen in candles moving really quick to the upside. So like really strong pushed candles like this one here, you know, so, or also this one here, but not always you get an imbalance on these candles. You know, for example, here in this one, there was no real imbalance in it, but here in this one is one. So how do you identify that? With a small candle or a candle really, really low on the downside of the impulse move, and the same to the upside, you know. So if you get a wick coming back into the impulsive move, like after the impulsive move, and you have one wick before the impulsive move, then in between that space in between, that is your imbalance, and that's what you're looking for and what you're targeting if you are trading imbalances. So here now, this imbalance would, like I said, be from $61,500 to $59,500, a $2,000 move. Again, I don't believe that we are filling this here anytime soon. Of course, it can happen, but the indicators telling me something else right now, and also the price action is saying something different, especially when we go back to the 1 hourly, because here on the stochastic, we are flatlining for quite a while here at the bottom already. So we should get in the next hour-ish a move back to the upside. The RSI is also pointing to the downside, but also here that the last 8 hours basically flatlining to the side. And only the MACD is giving me a little headache right now with showing a lot of selling pressure, So, but once this starts turning around like this, again, potentially 8 to 12 hours, where we're going to see that with some lighter red candles, then I believe the worst is over. Of course, if we see this continuing trending down like this, that will also reflect in the price action, where we then most likely start filling this FVG, hence imbalance here on the chart, So, but regardless, we have still a lot of imbalances also above us, and they also need to be filled at some point, So they are never left behind on the chart. At some point, they are going to get filled. So, and here still one at $66,000 on the higher end, then here at $69,200, and another one at $70,500 approximately. So, and at some point we're gonna fill them. Now, when we are looking on this 4 hourly chart, remember I showed you this yesterday already. Also here, you can clearly see here this downwards sloping resistance line, and then you see here the same falling wedge pattern. So we have basically until tomorrow morning, in the worst case, to break out of it. The best case scenario would be in the next 8 hours, exactly what I told you guys, 8 to 12 hours, So that's the maximum time window where I feel comfortable to trade this. If it gets really to the apex, I don't really like to trade close to the apex, for the simple reason that when the closer we get to the apex, the stronger must be the move out of it, And if we don't get a strong move and we get a weak one, the easier it is for bears to turn this around and give us a fake out, and then we see continuation to the downside. So that's why I would rather see this happening before we are reaching this point, So best case scenario would be over the next 6 hours to get a confirmed breakout and see continuation to the upside. So in the worst case, I want to see a bounce from that trend line, another bounce, and then to the upside here. If we lose the current support level, again, that's around $59,000, get ready that we're going to start trading in this range here down below and potentially even lose the higher low that we have put in here. For now, again, there's nothing to worry. I'm not worried at all about this, but we need to, sharpen our senses when we're losing $61,000. And guys, don't forget, if you want to trade with me, these trades that I give absolutely for free anywhere, do this on BYBIT. You still get $30,000 if you use the link down below. You can also trade with me on Margex without any KYC. And if you cannot use BYBIT, use BITGET or Phemex. They are both available in the UK and in the US. And on Phemex, I still need to change that. You get $8,800, almost $9,000 in bonuses if you use the link in the description or in the pinned comment below, where you can find all the other ones. Now, let's really talk quick here about my Bitcoin trade. My Bitcoin trade is slightly underwater right now. I'm trading here with $49,000 in position value. My entry was like $400 higher than where we are at right now. So maybe you see here my reasoning for that was that we were going up, after I bought. So because I was thinking that this area down here is basically the bottom, so I was at that moment, I was kind of right, because we started going up, but got rejected then here from the EMAs on the 30 minutes chart and started to trend down from there again, so now we're a little bit underwater on this trade, but again, I'm not really worried about this. And as you can see, my take profit is $67,000 for the whole position. When we're looking at the liquidation levels, remember I said yesterday that there is a scenario that we will come down to liquidate everybody that went long at $62,000. So these people are now gone, so either closed or liquidated. I was mentioning that, but now we have the same scenario to the upside. You know, we have over leveraged shorts here, 50 and 100x short positions that are sitting here, basically sitting ducks, you know, to shoot them down. The only thing that really worries me here is that the price is also trading right now under the 50 moving average. So I would like to see a reclaim here and also a reclaim of that former support area that we just reclaimed yesterday and now lost it again here at $63,400 approximately, and see here more follow through in the price action so that the moving averages can give us the golden cross that we are waiting for. So when we are going to the liquidation heat map, then you see we could get a move to like 61,740 just to liquidate everybody that's long there. But then you see we have a lot of over leveraged short liquidity above us. You know, we have here a little bit at 63,076, 63,640, 64,772. So here are some juicy levels for the big players in the market to grab some liquidity. And now the question is, will we see first a move down before we see one up? Again, that kind of move is in the cards, you know. So, but if we were to move here above $62,400, let it be $500. I would kind of rule out that we're gonna see another move here to 61,600, and rather see then the start of a move here to the upside to start liquidating these levels and trigger some short squeezes to the upside. I want to talk about really quickly about here Ethereum. Ethereum is also putting in a falling wedge pattern. It's basically following Bitcoin. I'm still in my Ethereum position because I'm still confident that this is going to bounce here at any given moment, just because the stochastic is flatlining here. The RSI wants now slowly to turn around. Once this is happening, then we potentially start forming here a bullish divergence. You know, so if the RSI starts bouncing off that line here that I've drawn in that kind of fashion, you know, so then the price action will also see here a move back to the upside, and that's like I said, that's what I'm waiting for right now. On the daily chart, I actually didn't look at it. This is actually not looking so good. So we are now back in the falling wedge. Here, if we would go down for another day or two, that could bring us close to like $900 approximately. I would not rule out that we're gonna see a quick wick to the downside and then move back here. So a little bit lower, like to 2,840, 50, kind of like that, you know. So and then see another attempt of breaking here $3,350. Also here we are still below the EMA ribbon, which is inherently bearish for the time being. And here I guess Ethereum just needs a little bit more time and consolidation before we're gonna see a proper break to the upside. Guys, that's it already for today. It was a quick update. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure to smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you then again tomorrow.